Hello, it is the Global World Green Building Week, and that happily provides a platform to discuss an important part of Europe's plan for climate neutrality, the built environment. Unfortunately, I cannot be there to discuss this topic as I am on a trade delegation trip, but I would like to thank the World Green Building Council and partners for allowing me to contribute to this discussion nonetheless. The European Union is currently undergoing an ambitious systemic shift in production and consumption patterns needed to align our economic growth with our climate objectives for the upcoming decades. With further electrification of transport, heating, etc., the energy system will represent the backbone of Europe's climate commitments. Within this, buildings are indispensable for reaching the EU's carbon neutrality, energy efficiency and renewable energy objectives. Reaching our climate targets without decarbonising our living and working spaces, quite frankly, seems impossible. Indeed, they are responsible for 36% of greenhouse gas emissions and 40% of the energy consumption in the European Union. Yet, in today's Europe, 75% of buildings are not energy efficient, mostly because many of the buildings in use today were constructed before the current requirements were in place. The European Parliament has consistently advocated and pushed for ambitious EU climate commitments. With the Fit for 55 package, we stand over the largest single batch of legislation to tackle climate change proposed by any government anywhere in the world. Ambition, married with a healthy dose of realism and practicality and resources, will be needed to actually achieve the high targets we set ourselves. The Energy Performance of Buildings Directive is the main EU-level legal instrument for decarbonising Member States' building stock. Since the adoption, the EPBD has been closely connected with the EU climate targets and has been aligned to reflect their progressive evolution. There are numerous potential environmental, social and economic benefits associated with energy efficiency renovation, leading to energy savings, lower emissions, reduced energy bills for households and job creation, as well as improving European competitiveness and economic resilience. However, this transformation is no easy task, and it will not come about without sufficient incentives and the correct regulatory framework. About 85 to 95% of today's buildings will be in use by 2050, showing the dire need to upgrade the energy efficiency of existing buildings. We cannot just concern ourselves with new builds. Where are we right now in regards to this? Well, the answer is not where we need to be. The building renovation rate is currently around 1% per year, which is admittedly very, very low. And this reality needs to start increasing more progressively quickly. The building renovation rate is impeded by the fact that the largest potential gains are in the residential sector, where landlords are more scattered than in the non-residential space. Further increases in this area will be certainly needed. Staged and deep renovation of the existing building stock will be crucial to realise the energy efficiency potential of buildings. Member States need to recognise this, but unfortunately, it is very clear that not all have embraced the potential of the renovation wave. The submitted long-term renovation strategies have in general broadly respected the requirements of the EPBD. However, the level of detail provided and ambition varies considerably from one member state to another. Although we have seen improvements, there is a significant unexploited energy efficiency potential in buildings renovation. This is notably due to the suboptimal transposition, lack of adequate funding and other barriers. The revised EPBD needs to tackle these issues as much as possible in synergy with other legislation such as the RED II and EED. The renovation wave must make best use of technological and digital developments to monitor and improve energy efficiency of existing buildings. A more efficient, technically equipped and smarter building stock should be the cornerstone of a decarbonised energy system. The revision of the EPBD should serve to further promote smart building technologies and foster a data centre approach. In this regard, it would be pivotal to create a framework to leverage the use of data to improve transparency, develop benchmarks and guide policy decisions, as well as improve actual energy consumption. Buildings need to also be recognised as a contributor to the flexibility of the energy system through energy production, storage and demand response, as well as green charging stations for electric vehicles. Ever since 2018, our ability to utilise data has dramatically improved. The revised EPBD needs to ensure comparability. In particular, not all long-term renovation strategies provide greenhouse gas emission reduction data, making it difficult to assess the ambition of the strategies in terms of climate mitigation. Carbon emissions can be reduced at every stage of the building's life cycle, especially through the use and deployment of emergent technologies such as 3D modelling and simulation and artificial intelligence. There are many interesting and important areas of this legislation, and although I have only scraped the surface, I hope I have shed some light on how I see my role as rapporteur of the implementation report on the EPBD. I hope you enjoyed the discussions, and I look forward to taking part in the conversation in the future. Thank you very much. Go to Mahogif.